Hi, it's Adam from realitymanifestation.com. In this video, I'm going to be going through how to rewrite your subconscious beliefs and change how you feel fast. By the end of this video, you'll understand the core foundations behind what a belief actually is and principles behind changing beliefs. So regardless of what techniques or strategies you go to follow in the future for changing how you feel or your beliefs, you'll be able to apply them much more effectively. So first, it's worth going through what a belief actually is and what is the purpose of a belief. A belief is just a feeling of certainty whether something is or isn't true. Beliefs are also generalizations to help tell our brains whether something will lead to pain or lead to pleasure, as our brain's two prime motives are to help us avoid pain or move us towards seeking pleasure. So another way of saying this is, beliefs serve as a kind of reminder to tell us whether something can potentially lead to pain or pleasure, to help us decide quickly whether we should move towards it or avoid it. So when it comes to changing your own beliefs and you don't have someone helping guide you through the process, it's very important you become fully aware that a belief is just a feeling of certainty. So with it being a feeling, it does not mean that the belief you have that you want to change is based on reality. You've either had an experience that's created association, or the way you're internalizing and representing things within your mind creates that very feeling that makes you feel certain about that belief. And at the same time, we aren't consciously aware of the majority of our beliefs. So when it comes to changing a belief, you want to change the cause of the feeling that causes you to feel certain about that very belief. For example, we usually have references and experiences that we've had that cause us to feel more certain about a belief. A reference could be what someone has told you, some information you've read or have been taught, or an experience that you've had that has caused you to feel a certain way about a certain situation, person, or thing. So in order to feel less certain, basically weaken a belief, or to potentially stop believing a particular belief altogether, you want to question and challenge the references and experiences related to a belief, because without references including experiences that cause you to feel certain about a belief, it will cause you to no longer feel certain, which will cause you to no longer having that belief. In a moment, I'm going to guide you through some questions to give you an idea so you can see how to do this for yourself. Another important factor to become aware of is we have internal imagery of how we represent an experience, whether from the past or thinking about the future, or even including how we are representing the present moment. And based on how we are representing that internal imagery about an experience, will change how we feel, so it can change how certain we feel about a situation, which I hope is making sense now, will influence and even form beliefs that we have. So for example, an image that you are representing in your mind, depending on how bright it is, if it's in color, black and white, if it's in first or third person, will all influence how you feel about that image you are internally representing. And similar to what I mentioned earlier about beliefs, most of the internal images our minds are playing, we are not consciously aware of. And since our subconscious minds likes habits and repetition, our subconscious mind can be playing internal images over and over again like a movie that never ends. This can cause someone to feel a certain way about a memory or an experience they keep playing over and over internally within their mind, not even be consciously aware of it, and it's causing them to think, believe and feel in certain ways without even knowing why. So by either changing your internal imagery, how your mind is internally representing a particular experience, or changing and challenging references that you've had about a particular experience, or the references themselves, will cause you to feel differently about them, which will cause you to change how you feel about a belief. In terms of how to change your internal imagery, I've already done a video on this, and it would cause this video to be very long to repeat it here. I'm going to leave a link to that video down below. Now, just before going through some questions so you can challenge your references and experiences about a particular belief, I want to go through another very important concept that will greatly help you in being able to change how you feel and to change your beliefs. Just before going through what this is, I just want to quickly mention I've gone through several quite advanced topics within a single video, which I usually don't do as it can cause confusion. I've done it within this video as they are all relevant to changing how you feel and your beliefs, but you may want to listen to this video several times if you're getting lost or something's a bit confusing. But also comment down below if you have any questions, but this is a video I definitely recommend listening to a few times. So the next very important concept I want to cover is being able to manage your state. Basically, the state we're in could also be described as the emotional well-being, the state of mind that someone is in, determines how someone feels. And based from what I've been covering already, you're now aware how you feel greatly impacts your beliefs and how certain you feel about them. So when you are doing any form of exercises and wanting to change your beliefs, it's vital that you change the state that you're in first, as it will make it much easier to change how you feel and how certain you feel with a particular belief or beliefs. So the states that we are in are influenced by three main areas, which is made up of 1. Our physiology, so basically our posture, how we are moving, our facial expressions, how we are breathing, also our biochemistry, so what we've eaten. All of this influences how we feel. And then the second part is what we are focusing on, and then the meaning that we attach to it. And then the third part is our language, so basically what words we are using to describe a situation, and also the tone of voice, the tonality we're using when we are speaking, including speaking to ourselves within our mind. So to apply this to get more out of the questions I'm about to go through, get your physiology, your posture, what you're focusing on, the meanings you're attaching to it, and how you are speaking to yourself to match the version of yourself that already believes, feels, and lives the way that you want to live and feel. Come on, don't just passively sit there and listen. Get up and do it. No one's watching you, or if they are, just tell them this weird person on YouTube is getting you to move about and change how you are breathing. If you don't experiment with this for yourself, you aren't going to feel differently about what I'm going through. If you want to know more about managing your state, I'm also going to leave a link to a video that goes through this in more detail. So now we are about to go through the questions to give you an idea of how to change a belief. Just before going through them, think of an area in your life that you feel disempowered or limited, or you don't like how you feel about it. or if you are currently feeling any disempowering emotions right now, that's ideal, so get that in mind. You're ready for these following questions. So the first question is, what would I have to believe in order to feel this way? What would I have to believe in order to feel this way? This next question, what has caused me to feel certain that this belief is true? What has caused me to feel certain that this belief is true? Ideally, write down the answers to these questions, but at the very least do them within your mind. And then the last question, could I have misunderstood or misinterpreted what had caused me to feel certain about this belief? Could I have misunderstood or misinterpreted what has caused me to feel certain about this belief? So if you found these questions useful, I've already done a video that covers beliefs, that covers different aspects and how to change them, and also has a more thorough and detailed question process for completely changing a belief, which I'll also leave in the description box down below. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Also share this video with anyone you think will benefit from what's been covered within this video, and also comment down below on how you felt after answering the questions, what realizations that you had, and also how you felt if you followed along and changed your state. I hope you found this video useful, and I shall see you soon.